So I'll just give a BBC on something that Venerable Ponsok and I spoke about after learning NVC, Nonviolent Communication, which is about saying words of appreciation before it's too late. So first, I appreciate all of you all for being here and contributing to the Abbey. So thank you very much. So I noticed something that in my mind that I really get angry with myself because there's a lot of gratitude and appreciation, but I refuse to say anything. And then as I look deeper, there's this fear of rejection when I try to appreciate someone and to praise them or to thank them. The fear of being to listen to words like, are you wanting something from me? Or fearing the words that come out, such as, are you trying to do a people pleasing thing? So these were things that was in my mind that prevented me from showing appreciation. So I've been meditating on the kindness of others. So since both teachers are not around, I thought I'll be sharing something about their kindness then. So knowing that their kindness, seeing their kindness helps me to relate to others as well. So first one is I'll probably share Venerable Kadro's kindness. She taught me by examples in many ways, and then sometimes she just melts me when I'm doing my avoidance trip, my cold trip. And then like Venerable Damcho gave a BBC on that kind of pushing energy. Somehow around Venerable Kadro, she just everything. And it's like, oh, you will notice that energy and you kind of tone it down. So I thought that was really helpful. That's the power of her practice. So one thing that she really did that I felt really grateful for was that when I'm going back to Singapore in a couple of days, so I was worried about my precept. So what I did was I went through the whole precept book, one by one, identifying what are things that I might transgress, what will happen, and I brought all the questions to Venerable Kadro. Could you please help me? So one afternoon we sat down and one by one she answered all my questions, giving me advice how to prevent transgression, what do I confess, how do I keep my precepts properly. So I felt like really kind, that she's really kind, she's very patient, and she told me don't be too tight and don't get so anxious about it. So yeah, she said bring a loving heart, bring this kind of kindness out to the world. So that would be more helpful than holding the precept so tightly. So I was really moved by that, like the afternoon that she spent. Another example was that when we were talking about me not seeing a toad, because some of us stay at Gotami, and when we walk on the path, we will see this small little toad. And I've never seen any here. So one of it were actually on her door, and being very, very venerable Kadro, she put it gently into a pail, cover it nicely, and then so that the toad can stay alive and yet has enough space to hop around. So I was trying to get her to help her with her things during lunch, and she said, take the pail. And I was like, huh? You want me to wash the pail? Okay. And she said, no, look, there's a toad in there. And I was like, oh. And that really warms my heart. Like, oh, she remembered that I didn't get to see that toad and she really did something. That kind of gesture, I felt that kind of human touch was there, and that really warmed me. So sadly, I didn't say anything to her. I just felt like, oh, okay, thank you. And then, yeah, but I had a lot of gratitude. I felt really touched, very moved, and I really appreciate her time, her effort, and that kind of kindness that she was showing and the warmth that she's bringing. So, yeah, so I say it now. And then, yeah, I'll say it in the BBC, and I hope she doesn't see it. And also, I could see that kind of harshness towards myself was starting to decrease from all the gentleness that she's sending out and she's teaching me. I try to use it internally, so I find that really helpful. Then, for vulnerable children, I used to think she's like a robot. She has no feelings. She's no tears, no feelings. And then she's like such a high practitioner. So yeah, and I had this idea that she's just very playful and very serious. So work hard, play hard, and then when I really see that she was very moved by the forsas, the sincere practice, how they were relating to her, I was like, oh, Venerable has feelings too. And I had to apologize to her for that. So I was surprised, like, okay, she's not a robot. She has feelings, and she told me, like, Venerable Pelge, I have feelings too. I was like, okay, Venerable, I know it now. And I did mention to her, I don't want to avoid her. Every time she comes, I'll be like, oh, Venerable, avoid. Because she's like a robot, no feeling. So, yeah. And one of the qualities that I really see is that when we give her the yes buts, her door is always open for us. She's never turned us away. When we try to apologize to her, she's always there, forgiving us. And I think that's how she builds relationship with all of us. Venerable Losang once told me that she's the most compassionate person he has ever met. And I remember replying, yeah, to you, not me. She hates me. And he went, nope. And then he continues to explain all her good qualities. So I guess it's due to past experiences. I feel that kind of distant from my teacher. You know, they hate me. There's a lot of fear. And Venerable has never blamed me for all this. And then she accepted me, she taught me, she guides me. So I'm glad it's a very big breakthrough, and her patience that she has with me. So seeing the acts of our teacher, I see their skillful means, their generosity, their compassion, the wisdom. And it's like they are embodying the 6 perfections in them. So I see that I care for people here. I value the relationship, just that I don't voice out because it's just not, I'm just learning how to express using NVC. And I didn't know how much I care until I see people getting injured, getting sick. And it dawned upon me like, oh, okay, I actually have feelings too, and I do care. Not just being very nonchalant. Oh, okay, I just have fun, practice, and yeah, that's about it. So that's a misconception that I see in my mind. So through meditating on the kindness of others, I've also noticed that it's easier to see and remember somebody's kindness rather than their negativities or judgment. And it's easier to come back to the fact that everyone is suffering, just like me. So no matter whose is it, it has to be removed. I see the 4 truth and the 4 distortion clearer. And something that I want to keep practicing is to take every opportunity to appreciate, to express my gratitude, and then, and to keep working on not ignoring my teachers, and to keep practicing to repay the kindness of everyone. So thank you.